Hi, Geoff here from GCD Property, and just commenting on the recent article by the Forbes Advisor magazine on the latest interest rate rises announced by the RBA last week. So as we know, the RBA rose the interest rates by 0.25%, and it was really a bit of a surprise. So previous month they held interest rates as they were, but put them up by 0.25%. And that followed 10 months of continuous hikes between April 2022 and March 23. So even the experts were quite surprised by the increase in the recent rate, as were most of them forecast the rate to stay as it was. And this is really related to inflation and the RBA trying to get that inflation under control. Of course, the Australian economy has been going very well, as Dr. Lowe stated there. Of course, unemployment rates have been historically low, and again, just a further strength of the Australian market. And the head of CoreLogic, Tim Lawless, stating that they're not expecting interest rates to rise any further, and a lot of commentators are actually expecting rate falls next year. Now, the other big change is the RBA are facing dramatic overhaul. So there's been a lot of comments, negative comments about how the RBA really got the forecasting wrong. They told us there wasn't going to be any interest rate rises, and it left many people quite shocked and quite surprised, and we really felt it in our mortgages. So there's been a review of the RBA Board and some big changes coming. So what we now have is an independent review board that will comment and set the target inflation rate. And what constitutes the largest shake-up of the board in history, an independent review board will recommend a new monetary policy that will be set up by the RBA to not only control inflation, but also set the cash rate as well. And crucially, the members of the Monetary Board will have deeper economic and financial expertise and more information, time and staff to fully engage the process. So we've realised it's not just the interest rate that controls the economy. There's a lot of other factors. So what they're going to look at now is also unemployment and looking to keep that low unemployment rate as we go further into the economic cycle. So the review board has included 51 recommendations, and the Treasurer has Jim Chalmers said he agrees in principle with all of them. So the key changes will include the RBA Governor will hold press conferences after each meeting on interest rates and explains the reason why those decisions have been made. The new Monetary Board will meet 8 times a year instead of current 11, bringing it into line with overseas boards, so there will be more certainty with those announcements. And the RBA will also target hitting full employment as much as reining in inflation. So I think it's a very positive result that's going to come out of this review, and we're going to have a lot more overall economic response to these inflation and interest rate changes going forward. So very good information coming out of that RBA Review Board meetings, and big changes coming the next financial year. So we look forward to those. So if you'd like to read the full article, welcome to reach out to me and I'll send you a copy of the full article.